Hello everyone, welcome to Unacademy. Let's crack NTA UGC NET. Welcome to Unacademy. Let's crack NTA UGC NET. Welcome to Unacademy. There is full noise is coming now. Now is it clear? Now is it clear? I think now clear, right? Alright. Okay. Good evening everyone. UGC NET-JRF 2022. So daily at 5 p.m. Unacademy free platform we are taking live. And in this Let's Crack NTA UGC NET channel, we are taking live every Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday at 9 p.m. So you can join into these live sessions by subscribing to this channel. So you will get the notification whenever I go live. And moreover, you can follow me in the Unacademy Learning App from the link given below. And you can search my name Unacademy space Vodnala Shivalingam in a Telegram and join into that Telegram group so that you will get all the updates regarding the UGC NET examination. UGC NET-JRF 2022, which is for the upcoming examination, not for the September. Complete courses for the paper 1 and paper 2 commerce and paper 2 various other subjects are available at Unacademy Plus and Iconic subscription. You can join into Unacademy Plus till the offer is open to all. Today within 3 hours the offer comes to an end. And my way of presentation will be chart wise presentation at Unacademy Plus platform for the both paper 1 and paper 2. So 65 plus number of JRF and 87 plus net selections were there in UGC NET 2021 exam. And here is your preparation with top educator. Now today is the last and final call for all the students is that try to take the subscription by using my referral code SHIVALIVE SHIVALIVE. Then you will get 20% discount instead of 10% discount. Instead of 10%, 20% offer is going on. So before the 11:59 p.m. if you can take, that will be better for you. Question number 1 of this session. I think this question got completed yesterday. A general code of conduct circulated among the employees of an institution is an example of. This is done now, completed. This is downward communication because circular will get released from top to bottom. Top level management to bottom level management, it will go from top to bottom. Chalo, let's move to the next question. The average of 10 numbers is 11. If each number is multiplied by 7, then the average of new set of numbers is. This is simply a property of mean. Property of mean or average. One of the property of mean is saying that if average of certain numbers is multiplied or divided by some number, then average will also have same effect. that is multiplied by 7 only, which is 7. This average will be multiplied by 7. If all the numbers are getting multiplied by 7, then average also will be multiplied by 7, which is 77. Which is 77 should be the correct answer. 11 into 7. Correct, Rahul. If a researcher has to test a hypothesis whether the difference between the means of two groups are significant, then he or she will use what? Guys, do hit a like button if you like this session. Very good number of students are there today. Why so? Too much busy in Ganesh Chaturdiya. Between the means of two groups are significant, he or she will use what? Two groups are significant. Option D is the given answer, which is student t-test. Student t-test. Let me tell you, t-test, which is published by the Gazette, small sample size which is less than 30 and population variance is unknown, and normally distributed data observations are independent in nature. Two samples of one population, that is what they are also saying in the question. Two groups which are significant of the single population. Two groups of single population. Of single population. Two groups of single population is called as an t-test. Identify the fallacy that committed in argument. Identify the fallacy that committed in argument. T-test is one of the parametric tests which will be useful for testing the hypothesis that we made in the research process, where assumptions are taken, and this will be used when the two sample groups are being taken under the single population. Since no tragic actors are idiots, some comedians are not idiots. So some comedians are not tragic actors. What it is? Fallacy of exclusive premises, extension fallacy, fallacy of illicit minor, illicit major. No, no, no. No, no, no. Correct. What is that? No, no, no. Nice, Gopal Kumar. Option B is the given answer, which is fallacy of exclusive premises. What is this exclusive premises fallacy? Whenever syllogism is coming, which is both of the premises are negative and conclusion will also be negative, we can more clearly see that difference between the dog and the planet has no correlation here. No planets are dogs and some dogs are not pets, therefore some pets are not planets. Actually here this exclusive premises, fallacy of exclusive premises fallacy is indicating it is involved because both of the premises are negative in nature. When both of the premises are negative, like since no tragic actors are idiots, some comedians are not, so this is E and O, both the statements, and conclusion also given. Actually conclusion is invalid, conclusion will come. Conclusion cannot be drawn from two negative statements. That's what fallacy of exclusive premises. Ability to form and use symbols, the words, gestures, signs, images and so on are accomplished in the pre-operational period. According to Piaget, Jean Piaget, who given cognitive development theory. Pre-operational children do not have tendency to be egocentric. This is Jhol question. I am telling before itself, because they are saying pre-operational period child will have a ability to form and use the symbols also. And we get pre-operational children do not have a tendency to be egocentric. So option C is the given answer, which is statement number 1 says which is correct statement. Statement number says which is incorrect statement. That means they are indirectly saying that pre-operation children do have, means they must have a tendency to be egocentric. Pre-operational children. So here if you look at pre-operational children, where the child begins to represent the world with the words and images, which is actually correct. That is statement number 1, which is correct, 100%. But here, these words and images reflect the increased symbolic thinking and go beyond the connection of sensory information and physical action. And here, pre-operational stage key features are egocentrism is also one of the features. Child's inability to see the situation from another perspective, because he is a child, he don't know about other perspective, he don't have that much maturity to think in other perspective. So he will understand only from his perspective, which is egocentrism. That is why whatever they stated do not is not correct. So they must and should have a tendency to be egocentric because they are children. Next, the MAC address identifies which device is connected at a given IP address. And MAC address are unique to each device. Which statement is correct? Guys, do hit a like button. Option B is the given answer. Both the statements are true. MAC address identifies for each and every device. MAC address will be there at a given IP address, and MAC address are unique to each and every device, because that is unique number will be there, like identification number of the device is called as a MAC address. MAC address is for device. IP address is for internet. The ages of Swati and Manisha are in the ratio of 5:6. Some of their ages is 55 years. What will be the ratio of their ages after 5 years? Yes, hardware, Mac. Answer will be option C. How? They are saying 5x plus 6x, which is equal to 11x. 11x is equal to 55 years. So 11 ones are 11 fives are. So x is equal to 5. X is equal to 5. And their ratio after the 5 years they are asking. After the 5 years, their ratio will be what? That is 25 plus 5. This is 5 into 5, 25, and 6 into 5, 30. 30 plus 5. So here 30 is to 35. 5 6 are, 5 7s are. So 6 is to 7 will come. Option C must be the correct answer. Yes, it is C. Yes, Triparna. Which of the following fraction is the largest? 11 by 16, 31 by 40, 5 by 8, 67 by 80. What it should be? Guys, do hit a like button if you like this session. Answer for this question. Which is the largest fraction? Answer is given as an D, 67 by 80. So your highest fraction is that, which they are asking, highest is that 67 by 80, 0.8375 is the highest. Here to be precise, which is having a highest fraction? The difference between numerator and denominator, how much here? 80 and 67. 13 is the difference, and here 3 is the difference, here 9 is the difference, here 5 is the difference. So largest difference between numerator and denominator will give you the highest fraction. And lowest difference between the numerator and denominator will give you lowest fraction. That's how you need to observe. Based on the observation, you can able to calculate. So largest difference between the numerator and denominator will give you highest fraction. Lowest difference between the numerator and denominator will give you lowest fraction. Next. Wait. So option C is the given answer, which is developer of those massive open online courses platform. MOOC full form is that massive open online courses. So MOOC Coursera is developed by the Andrew Ng and Daphne Kuller, whereas Audacity has been developed by Sebastian Tharun. edX is developed by Anant Agarwal, and Khan Academy is developed by Salman Khan. Next, a vehicle speed is 30.6 km per hour is same as 5.8 meter per second. The speed of a bus is 72 km per hour and the distance covered by the bus is 10 seconds is 100 meters. These are verifiable statements, means vehicle speed is 30.6 per hour. it is same as 5.8 meter per second, means we need to convert the kilometer into meter per second by multiplying with a 5 by 18 or 18 by 5. So which one we need to do? Kilometer per hour to meter per second. Is it 5 by 18 or 8 by 5? Sorry, 5 by 18 or 18 by 5. The speed of the bus is 72 kilometer per hour and the distance covered is 10 seconds. In 10 seconds is 100 meter. We need to verify. Time is given and speed is given and distance we need to calculate whether it is 100 or not. Vanilla it is, you have to increase the resolution. So answer is A. Both the statements are false statement. Why both the statements are false statement? You just try to convert this 30.6 kilometer per hour into meter per second. We need to multiply it by 5 by 18. Right, 5 by 18. 5 by 18. So if you look at this is 30. 6 3s are 6 5s are 6 1s are. And here 25 by 3, which is 3 8s are 24 and 3 3s are 8.3 something it will come, 8.3 or 8.4 it will come, something approximately, but 5 by 8 meter per second is not correct. Right? And here the speed of a bus is 72 kilometer per hour and distance covered in 10 seconds is 100 meters. So 72 kilometer per hour into 5 by 18 into 10 seconds. So 5 by 18 is meter per second and this is seconds. So time into the speed. Time into speed equal to distance, which is 200 meters is coming, not the 100 meter. National Repository of Open Educational Resources managed by NROEC, OER. Guys, do hit a like button if you like this session. Shall we do one reading comprehension if you people can cooperate? So option A is the correct answer. CIET, NCET. Central Institute of Educational Technology, NCET is an repository of open educational resources, because NCERT is more resources, that too e-resources they are having more. Repository of open educational resources, which is by the Central Institute of Educational Technology and National Council for Educational Research and Training, which is NCERT, and Homi Bhabha Center for Science Education. Homi Bhabha Center for Science Education. These are two. IGNOU is not correct. Schistosomiasis is polluted waterborne disease. Schistosomiasis is mainly caused due to presence of sulfate in water. हम open दिखते correct. By looking at the open, we will go for the IGNOU. True, it is. Schistosomiasis. So option B is the given answer. A is true and R is false. Schistosomiasis is a polluted waterborne disease. It's a polluted waterborne disease. and R is false, which is crystallosis is mainly caused due to presence of sulfate in water. It is a polluted waterborne disease and it is mainly caused due to presence of sulfate in water. Mainly caused due to presence of sulfate in water. Mainly caused due to presence of sulfate in water. I will tell you the main cause is that not sulfate. Here. Look at by. It is mainly caused due to parasistic worms, not the sulfate. It is caused by parasistic worms, not the sulfate. So the worms will be there now, which is like a small. Because of that infection only, this will cause schistosomiasis. So this is the reading comprehension. Now we are going to read this comprehension, later answer the questions. Let's do one by one. You want me to read out the question first, later passage, or first passage reading, later one by one question? What is your method to follow? You tell me, accordingly I will do it. Passage, then questions. Alright. So read out very carefully, line by line. Assessment is central to almost all forms of education around the world. Assessment. In recent years, a wider variety of assessment has tended to be used. One of such form of this change is that peer and self-assessment. Self-assessment can be defined as the ability to critically assess one's own work, which is as per the Brew 1999. And peer assessment is defined as making judgment upon each other's work. That is what peer assessment. As with all assessment methods, both have their own strengths and weaknesses. It can be argued that peer and self-assessment with careful initiation and moderation are effective methods of assessment. With careful initiation and moderation of effective methods of assessment. However, this brief note will argue that in high stakes of environment of most of the educational settings, these methods are inappropriate as making is unreliable. People got reduced whenever RC comes. Look at, this is the live example which I am taking. Now people went away. I will tell you why they went away. Because they are 100% damn sure overconfident about the reading comprehension, because pakka they can make 5 by 5 out of it. But please write it on your promissory note with your self signature. RC is having a capacity to make your JRF or NET and throw out you from JRF or NET. That is for sure. Write down these points with a promissory note with your self signature. The more you practice the RC and reading RC as well as data interpretation, that much possibility to score much and get the JRF. If it is not doing now, ignore about the JRF and NET. That is for sure. It will give dhamki directly in the exam, not in the classes or anywhere. This brief note will argue that high stake environment of the most of educational settings, these methods are inappropriate as the making is unreliable. And peer and assessment have become increasingly common as methods of assessment, particularly in higher education. Peer and self-assessment have become increasingly common methods of assessment. They are used as methods to reduce the making loads of the teachers, and it is claimed to enhance the group work. and the critical skills of the students also getting increased. It is also claimed that if making criteria is discussed and agreed at the start, student making does not differ significantly from the teacher. Student making does not differ significantly from the teacher. In studies where the assessment of different teacher is compared, and also studies when the teacher and peer and self-assessments are compared, it is generally found that provider criteria are discussed and agreed that in advance, marks tend to be similar. Then it could be argued that which is right initial training, there is no difference between the work being marked by the teacher or the student. There is no difference between the work being marked by the teacher as a student. Means whoever evaluate, it is purely depends upon the initial agreements or advance agreements only, rather than evaluation or directly the evaluating the papers and all. Now let's go for one by one. Which of the following captures the meaning of assessment is central to almost all forms of education? Passage. What is there in passage for this question? Option D is the correct answer. This is just a meaning they are asking. Assessment is central to almost all forms of education. Assessment is central means it is most important. Pivotal means important. Student making does not differ significantly from teachers. It means marks do not differ peripherally. Marks may or may not differ. Marks that are almost similar. Marks that are differ radically from the teacher. Students marking does not differ significantly from the teacher. Student marking does not differ significantly from teachers. Option C, marks that are almost similar. Does not make any significantly differ means it is almost similar. That is why it is not making any important difference. What argument the author desires to make? What argument the author desires to make? Assessment is central to education. Peer and self-assessment are inappropriate in high-stake examination. Peer assessment is common in higher education. Self-assessment and peer assessment are innovative assessment practices. Option B, peer and self-assessment are inappropriately high-stake examination. What argument author desires to make is that peer and self-assessment. Direct question. What is the focus of this text? this much actually unrelated passage it is. It is related only, but not about the context of the passage, more about the theme of the passage. See the question. Option C is the correct answer. Peer and self-assessment. Final question of the RC. What benefits accrue from self-assessment and peer assessment of the students? You want to read the passage for this question? I don't think it is required. Option B, see the enhancement of group work and critical thinking. This is directly already written in the passage. You can just see back. You can just see. It will be ability critically that assess one's own work, and here it enhances the group work and critically enhancing the skills of the students. $51 कहाँ से आ गया? 50 only, Babita. Where is 51? अरे यार. Remember, I just wanted to tell some facts about questions completed for this session. There is nothing more. Just let me share something which is important with you. Important matlab, which you, if you feel it as important, take it. If you don't feel it as that much important, ignore it. As simple as such. First of all, do not forget to hit a like button. That is one. Second important point is that please do share with your friends. This is second. But out of all these, foremost important point is that reading comprehension and data interpretation. 5 questions, 5 questions. Both requires just a simple practice and proper time management in the exam hall. This is with the reading skills. This is with the observation skills. You can able to simplify it easily. You can able to simplify. This is with a reading skill. This is with observation. You can simplify. So 5 questions having 2 marks, which is 10 marks. 5 questions having 2 marks each, 10 marks. But if you can handle this 20 marks effectively with a daily practice of 15 minutes per day, it is more than sufficient to get 20 marks. By leaving these 2 units, you always think about the people development environment, which is tough to get 5 by 5. And you will not even do this RC also, which is there in your hand. You will think that this is overconfident unit. Some people will at least try to solve their DI at least, but they will not even think about solving or practicing the RC. This is overconfident. Any competitive examination, reading comprehension is taken for granted by the aspirants. How it is taken as an granted? Sometimes only this will work. Every time this reading comprehension will not help you to get 5 by 5 without practice. So you must and should give at least a minimum practice of 10 to 20 RCs, so that it is not about getting the same RC and picking up the answer. It is something about It is something about improving your reading skills of the RC, improving identification of that main keywords of the RC, or vocabulary understanding of the reading comprehension. That's how the practice has to go in the reading. But here, data interpretation is not that much. Other unit, the people and environment is not that much. Data interpretation and RC is having capability to get 20 marks. But PD, even if you do 100%, there is a 101 question they will ask. So, you are ready to take this people and environment chapter. For this purpose, some people are reading environment and ecology of the UPSC. Why this much hectic? Rather than spending this much amount of extra time on reading environment and ecology, which is a subject of the UPSC, if you can spend that same amount of time upon the on that same amount of time, at least 50 or 20% of time, if you can spend it for daily 1 RC and 1 DI, it is more than sufficient. Right? What is there in your hand? Think about it. Something which is going to be out of your hand, do not even give a thought about it. That is what given by the Myron Garden, one quotation. Bushes, 2 bushes in your hand today is more important rather than tomorrow ones. So 1 rupee today have more value than tomorrow's. That is what reading comprehension and RC is 1 rupee today. Tomorrow 1 rupee is that people and environment. It may have value, it may not have value. Alright, that's about reading comprehension and data interpretation. Birds in hand is important rather than bushes. Correct. Bird in hand theory ना, थोड़ा उल्टा हो गया quotation. So with this positive note, I am wishing you happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all. So enjoy this Navratri, and with this Navratri our preparation is also going to be solid. Do the evening bhajana, but don't do the entire day bhajana. You participate in puja and all, but do not participate only in puja. Do the study also, because God is not saying to leave the studies and do the puja and bhajana. So do all those activities and enjoy those also, and do the study also. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye bye to all. Any questions? वरना NTA तुम्हारी पूजा करेगी. Right. Great. Thank you.